Hello all, welcome to the Car Engineering channel. Behind me is a new G-Wagon G63 AMG, on which we'll make extensive modifications and enhancements. Let's protect the car with a protective matte polyethylene film, stick the windshield with armored film, and install door closers. In this car, they're just necessary because sometimes it doesn't always work to close the door on the first try. Our car is already in the process of being dismantled, and many mistakenly believe that the G-Wagon is one of the easiest cars to disassemble and wrap because it has straight body panels. But this opinion is mistaken. This is one of the most challenging cars, and now I'm going to show you this. In order to properly remove the car, you need to take it apart. And here, as an example on the right side, where we have almost fully disassembled the whole car, I will now show this to you. To achieve smooth film lay with tucks, for example, on roof, remove molding hiding welded seam for film to lay smoothly. So we conclude the filming at this location and minimize the risk of the film being destroyed by an explosion. Also, all moldings are being removed. They're cut off, or special threads are used that don't damage the paintwork to properly glue the part, that is, with a fold in this part, minimizing the risk of detachment during washing. The door handles are removed, all the labels are removed, the front moldings are removed, turn signals, headlights, bumper, radiator grille are removed. Practically the entire car is disassembled in order to lay the material correctly and minimize the risk of its detonation. There is no need to worry, as all modern cars are assembled using guides that cannot be mistakenly placed. Therefore, there is no requirement to be concerned about disassembling the An essential part of car wrapping is the preparation process. This applies even to a brand new car, so when it arrives at our studio, thorough preparation is definitely required. We remove all the water stains, all the junk that could have accumulated on the car. Before that, we wash it accordingly. And now Sergey is handling this obligatory procedure. Otherwise, the quality will be affected and we will not perform that. We are in the process of cutting the film because we have already prepared the car for wrapping. And what would you like to say? So what is the deal with this film and what is the advantage of full wrapping? In this scenario, the owner opted to change the color, make the G-Wagon matte, and also ensure its protection during the process of modification. No need to polish fine washes that scratch the car with dirty words. You don't have to worry about any of this. Polyurethane film has an advantage. So we slapped the matte film on the hood. Check out what a cool color turned out. That's such a deep, rich black, like a black satin. How do you properly call it? When comparing it to glossy, the edges cannot be seen as well on glossy, but on matte film, everything stands out really well. This seems impressive and cool, especially in a car like a G-Wagon. Lately, we've received comments saying you've cut through the clear coat, that you're cutting the film with a scalpel, cutting the clear coat, that the car is rusting. Guys, come on, allow me to show you a clear example. Observe Sergey demonstrate that it is not entirely like that. Therefore, he initially creates a mark on the film without actually cutting it into the lacquer. Approximately cutting the top section, so take a look, yeah, he slashed him with a knife. The film can be removed, but the lacquer underneath is fully preserved without any scratches or damage. Therefore, I kindly request my friends not to make comments suggesting that cutting and refitting the film to the detail is possible, as it is simply not feasible. For those who do not understand, I would like to reiterate that writing such nonsensical comments is unnecessary. Instead, I invite you to come and witness the exceptional work of our team. As mentioned, many mistakenly think the G-Wagon is the lightest car in the pharmacy. So, I want to show you it's not the case. Examine the number of edges required to properly lay the film. For instance, on these bends, you can neatly arrange all of this and see how many edges it takes. Firstly, that's why we need to break it down, as mentioned prior, to properly do this, with all the bells and whistles and whatnot. However, the technology used for film wrapping on this machine is highly intricate. So here we are showing and telling you all this so that you understand the scale of the work and why the G-Wagon is also one of the most expensive cars in Latvia, because there is a lot of work involved with this car. Our goal is to provide you with a flawless outcome that showcases our expertise and craftsmanship. I would also like to mention one big advantage of the film, or not one but many, that the car can be washed practically at any car wash, as I have already mentioned to you before. But I forgot to mention that if the car is accidentally scratched somewhere, you can simply remove the film, reapply it, and you won't have to repaint the part. Since there are no European cages at the moment, everyone is using Chinese ones, so it's really hard to get the right color. And that's a big plus. We keep on working hard. When installing a door closer, we always disassemble the door and demonstrate the interior to all the owners. Practically all cars, including the Gelandewagen, have absolutely no soundproofing. Therefore, the owner made the correct decision to soundproof. Now, if we take a look at the door, it's basically just bare metal. Let's knock on it. The door at Gelandewagen's is thick enough, I can't say anything. And there's even a layer of vibration isolation. This already says something. But that's not enough for acoustic comfort in a car. So we're going to add 3 more layers of soundproofing here, which will give the driver a lot more comfort in this car. The first layer in our door is ready. This is a 4mm thick SGM double foil vibration isolation material. He thickens the door walls, tightens the metal, thereby removing all vibration loads. Well, in a short amount of time we have already placed the second layer. This is our SGM Barrier Light product. Light, the prefix in the title of this material, means that it's lightweight and specifically designed for doors. Now, thanks to this material, playing the stock music in a Gelandewagen will be way cooler. But in this car, I don't even know what's better. Listening to the sound of the engine, the AMG, which is Mercedes-like, or music? Well, I suppose the owner will determine it himself, but we assisted him in experiencing the comfort of his music system. Ensure to perform soundproofing. You will be astonished at the transformation of your stock audio system into a brand new one. The third layer connects to the door lining. This is SGM Violon weld material, informally known as a pyramid. He eliminates all the high-frequency noise. It's no wonder that recording studios employ it to reduce this. So this material is in its place and very effective. We've reached the roof of the Gelandewagen, applied the first layer of vibration insulation, and placed SGM Violin-Well pyramid-shaped mats in the back of the vehicle. What does this provide? It provides the effect that you will not hear the raindrops at all. Check it out. Here we add vibration isolation material, first layer, so we're banging, there's noise. He removes vibration loads from the ceiling and tightens the metal accordingly. And after applying the second coat, you will no longer hear any raindrops because SGM Violin-Well has excellent sound absorption properties for high-frequency noise. That's why the materials from the premium line do their job, and you get pleasure from it while driving. In vegans, there are two types of people. Who wants soundproofing and who is absolutely against it just to hear the G63 engine. So here everyone chooses for themselves. However, for those who want to do it, we highly recommend doing so. Why? Because in a Gelic, the metal is completely bare. There are a few small patches of vibration insulation on the body, but they don't provide any help or assistance at all. The car body is not securely attached to the frame, which leads to significant vibrations. This is due to the presence of numerous spinning and vibrating elements in a long plug-in. If we take a look at the arch, here we have a small buildup of vibration isolation, so it doesn't help at all. We will utilize high-quality soundproofing materials that will encase the vehicle's body and assist in maintaining an elevated level of comfort for the car. Don't dwell on that too long, you'll see everything for yourself. Previously mentioned, to tighten the metal and eliminate all vibration loads, resulting in increased thickness, the entire area under the pedal compartment is meticulously taken care of, ensuring that the material is rolled out without any gaps between it and the metal, preventing future corrosion. Our commitment to quality is evident in every aspect of our work. The trunk is also impeccably organized, showcasing the attention to detail we uphold. Let me now show you the back, providing an overall view of our meticulously planned layout. Thank you for your attention, friends. All the arches are rolled. Look how stupid the sound is now. Everything will be quiet, comfortable, and top-notch, so guys, whoever wants to make it quieter, definitely do it. And here we already have the second layer of SGM going on. Now we'll finish all this up and show you this beauty in more detail. In the soundproofing of this car, we will also use our main novelty from SGM company. This is a brick that makes a lot of noise. He's a real trooper. We use it in the car cavities, in the rear fenders, in the front struts to fill the empty space and eliminate the drum effect. Igor, our specialist, will now demonstrate how it works. In the standard sound insulation, as you can see, the process of how to eliminate the drum effect utilizing such a package, Consequently, it does not offer any help whatsoever. Furthermore, if we insert soundproof bricks into the wing, it takes on the shape of the wing, and in doing so, it effectively eliminates the hollow effect that is present. We have just begun utilizing this material, but it is already demonstrating its effectiveness from all perspectives. So we will persist in using it in the times ahead. That's how it is. The wing grew dense and produced a dull sound. The sound became thick and muffled. Okay, the second layer has been placed in our salon. Hey, SGM Silton, how are things going? We have two layers of wings. First is 3 mm vibration isolation. The second is SGM barrier light, similar to the doors. Light material. In trunk, first layer is also a vibration isolation layer, which I showed you. And the second SGM Silton. Here's the beauty that was produced, and it is also very functional, by the way. Why do we employ Silton? Because in a G-Wagon, all the parts are tightly packed together in a compact manner. So, in order to put all this back in place later, it takes a whole lot of effort. So, if we lay down a thicker material, we just won't get all the pieces in the right place. There will be large gaps, so we are not doing it. Additionally, the front portion of the car is also covered with Siltone, because here we encounter the same issue as in the trunk. Merely because this material is thin and flexible does not imply that it lacks effectiveness. He's a real go-getter and made specifically for these parts. Well, here's the general plan I'm showing you, actually. All of this operates very effectively because the materials are top-notch and they perform exceptionally well, especially on cars like these. We arrived at the Gelandewagen. There is no need to remove the wheel at this location because we have direct access to properly attach those fenders. So now Mikhail will lay down the first layer. We'll be using SGM3mm vibration isolation material here. It'll grip the metal and remove all the vibrations. Also, I'll remind you that we already have 2 layers inside the car, and now there will be 2 more layers. So you end up with a sandwich of 4 layers that noticeably reduce noise from the wheel arches. Finished car's arches, you can take a look. Completely laid down 2 layers. Here's a bit of vibration isolation layer sticking out. For the second layer, we have SGM Selton. And he's not here just for nothing, because the car's arches also fit tightly to the car's body. Hence, it'll be challenging to implement with thicker materials. That concludes the noise insulation for the G-Wagon. Stay with us, this is Carl Daniel. We've got some badass spoilers on our G-Wagons. First off, I want to say that we've got 2 types of door closers here. First, it's the one that's on this car. Completely silent door closers. So we close the door, and the door closer silently pulls it all the way. The rear door is also completely silent. Additionally, the trunk lid is silent as well. It also closes completely silently without making any noise. The second type of door closer installation is when the signature click of the Gelandewagen is preserved. So, for example, with another car, we close the door and it closes with this distinctive click. Some people like it this way, some people like it quietly, so the choice is yours. Well, you can get detailed information from our managers. Electric thresholds in place. Unbelievably, they fit perfectly under our standard threshold. Just a tiny centimeter edge sticks out, but it doesn't ruin the appearance at all. Looks incredibly cool. We open the door, and as you can see, he calmly and beautifully drives away. The weight capacity can handle quite a lot. If I am standing here, I can jump on this doorstep and nothing happens, so you can be completely certain about your safety. But unfortunately, you can't check it with my weight. So my colleague will now demonstrate to you that this threshold can really withstand a very good weight. As you can see, Andre stands up, also leaps, and nothing occurs to him. Therefore, we suggest that you install our thresholds, and it will be extremely comfortable for everyday utilization. After setting these thresholds, we have access to a special mobile app that allows us to put the thresholds into service mode when needed. When you come to the auto repair shop, drive the car onto the lift so the threshold doesn't open, disable it through the app. The second option is when you pulled up to a big curb, and in order to prevent the threshold from opening right into it and getting damaged, you can also disable them in the app. Now we'll show you how the threshold works when everything is turned on, meaning that when you open the door, the threshold slides out. Next, utilizing the app, we have the capability to lock the threshold by pressing the lock button on the interface. Now when we open the door, we have a threshold so it doesn't stick out, and that's that. You have the capability to protect yourself from harm. After we unlocked it in the application, the threshold starts functioning in the same old mode of operation as it did before our intervention. Convenient, feel free to use, unaware of its existence.
The starry sky that has been installed in the cabin of the Mercedes G-Class has made this car a bit more romantic and cozy than before. Now the owner doesn't have to wait for the August meteor shower to make a wish. Just hop in your car and take a look at your own starry sky. Starry sky in a car is no longer just a luxury. It is worthy only of the highest class cars, but a completely affordable reality that can be embodied in the interior of any roofed transport.
And that's a wrap on our video about the Gelandewagen. Make sure to subscribe to our channel, like this video, ring the bell, leave comments, and see you soon.